said,
Oh,
what's going on?
what's going on? It's your daily dose of
Welcome to,
Murpheen.
welcome to Murpheen, featuring two squealing pigs. I mean, beautiful singers.
Two beautiful
We're
creatures.
back.
We're back with more Crash. Where we left off, Sean made it to this temple level. And now that it's been a week since we've played, we have to relearn everything.
Okay, but for real though, it's like I come back and like we record these in sessions, and I don't play in between them because that would be lame. I gotta like savor for when I'm like, it's like all right, it's Monday. Ah, dang it. Okay, it's like all right, it's Monday. It's time to play Crash, and so it's not like I'm gonna practice before I get on. Like what do you think I am? Lame.
Some kind
Yes,
of
but
punk.
like. Yeah, Mama didn't raise no punk.
So it's really
Luckily,
weird.
I feel like I'm.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Luckily, I feel like I'm getting somewhat better.
You're doing all
Your
right.
silence. Yeah, your silence is valid.
Well, for those watching, our day of recording, it's October 5th. And for those nerds out there, last Friday, technically last Thursday night, the 4th Crash came out. And because I'm a Crash nerd, I've been playing these for 20 years. I bought it and I played the 4th one. And if we ever get to the 4th Crash, I am going to volunteer myself to play that one because it is way harder than every other Crash game.
Way harder?
Way harder.
You gotta be kidding me.
Like, I feel like it is. I feel like this one is still the hardest of the 3 that you have right now. I feel like the 4th one is a notch more difficult than this one.
So what you're saying is you couldn't have the patience to sit through to watch me play the 4th Crash game.
What I'm saying is you might not have the patience to watch me play it. Because I had the weekend to play the 4th Crash, and my own wife was just like, alright, you've died in this same spot 20 times. For the love of God, please beat it.
Oh, man. And when your wife is saying, please beat it, something is wrong.
Well, in that sense, yeah.
Anyway, Crash Bandicoot. No! Why did I jump?
Whoops-a-daisy.
Wish you would step away from that ledge, my friend.
I think the way that we play this is subtly different too.
Oh man.
Because even though the 4th Crash is super hard, I can't tell you that I've hit a game over screen yet.
You can't tell you that what?
I don't think I've hit a game over screen yet. And I'm probably 3/4 of the way through the game too.
Oh well. I haven't reached a game over screen. You guys like my David impression?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I'm
good.
David. I haven't even hit a game over screen.
Well, thank you for making me
If
sound
only
like
that's how people act.
Yeah, thank you for making me sound like a Lord of the Rings villain.
Yeah. Yeah. You sounded like Smog, like. Hello there.
Here's Johnny.
It's like it makes you wonder why they don't make the dragons sound like a Kathy. Like, oh, Gandalf, curse smash. Like, it definitely doesn't sound nearly as threatening. Karen the dragon.
Part of me is really glad they didn't go that route. Because if they would have asked Sean Murphy
I would like to
be
speak
Smog,
to your manager and lay your house down. Curse smash.
This is now going to be a solo playthrough.
You're like, I am now hopping off of this Discord chat forever.
Thank you guys for coming along. I also apologize for anything you've heard.
What he's trying to say is
You're
September 28th, 2020.
The day comedy has died.
The comedy died. Uh-huh. Wow. Comedy's been dead for about a week now.
Back in my time, all we did was laugh at people when they fell over.
Back in my day, you didn't have two millennials trying to crack wise guy jokes while playing a video game.
Except for I've been told, apparently, we aren't millennials.
Yeah, we're too young, man.
Yeah. That ruins everything.
True. It's just nice to know that I can't be blamed for the world's problems. It's like,
Yeah.
nope, sorry, that was millennials' fault.
Yeah, whenever
Not
someone's
mine.
like, yeah, David's stupid, dumb millennial, I say, actually, I'm too young to be a millennial. I'm a Gen whatever.
A Gen Z.
Nice. I was saying nice both to the joke and to the gathering of the crate.
The life hack right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Ouch, Charlie. Oh dear.
You know, it's like for every moment I have like that, like where I got the crate, I have a moment where I'm just like, really?
Did that have to happen to me?
Okay, Johnny.
Okay, Johnny.
So you know what's something that blows... Sorry, I just can't handle my death sometimes.
What blows your
Sometimes
mind?
the death in this game makes me wish for my real one. Anyway, one of the things that boggles my mind is, like, a popular thing I see online is under like there's a lot of like people make lists of like worst movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
A movie that's on a lot of those lists somehow, some way, is Forrest Gump.
I understand why people don't like the movie. They're wrong. Forrest Gump is a classic, but I guess
It's a great movie.
I guess people don't like the goofs with historical accuracy, or like they think Jenny's a terrible human being, which she kind of is, but it's not focusing on Jenny. It's not called Jenny. It's called Forrest Gump, and it's like how selfless this man is. And I know people who hate this movie. My own wife cannot stand Forrest Gump, and I love Forrest Gump.
Well, like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm not going to go through and watch Forrest Gump all the time. You know what I mean? But like, it's a inherently great movie. It's one of Tom Hanks's greatest performances. Dang it. Yeah. So like, obviously, I am of the camp that I think Jenny, although she does suck for the majority of the movie, you know, the whole Forrest, I'm gonna go do a ton of drugs and not come back until I have STDs. Okay, Jenny. Like,
And then we're gonna get pregnant, and then I'm gonna die. You're welcome.
you could be left with a child, Forrest.
Now you could take care of the child, and in a few years afterwards, he's gonna start seeing dead people. For those who didn't get that joke, the little boy who played Forrest Gump Jr. Also played...
Was in Toy Story 2.
Was in Toy Story 2. No, he was the little boy in The Sixth Sense.
And it turns out He was dead all along.
He was dead all along?
I'm gonna level with you. I've
You've never
never
seen-
seen The Sixth Sense.
Well, good news is, I'm not worried about spoiling that movie, because if you haven't seen The Sixth Sense yet, you should. Probably already know the twist. So the movie revolves around Bruce Willis plays this doctor who helps.
Oh yeah, Bruce Willis is the one that's dead the whole time,
Yeah,
right?
well, you just spoiled it, but it's 24 years old, so I don't think that's gonna hurt anybody.
Listen, it's one of, that's one of, I feel like that's one of those movies where it's like, if you haven't seen it by now, it's not like you're pinching yourself every single day to see it.
Exactly. It's not like the ending to The Rise
Speaking
of
of-
Skywalker or anything.
Too soon. Talk about a movie that just angers me to my core, man.
The Sixth Sense is terrible.
yeah. What Sixth Sense did for the Star Wars franchise. No, so I liked Rise of Skywalker the first time I saw it, but like I knew I was going to, because like when you go see a Star Wars movie for the first time in theaters, for the most part you're just a giddy little kid that's going to see a Star Wars movie. But the more I think about that movie, the more I just wish they would have stuck to what they did in The Last Jedi and try and make the best possible movie after that.
I mean,
Because like
I only saw it
if
once,
something's
and I saw it in theaters with my brothers, and I'm on the same boat as you. Like, I'm a giddy little Star Wars kid. I liked it because it was Star Wars. There were things that I was just like, all right, they didn't have to do that, but I enjoyed the movie.
Right. It's just it's one of those things where I think people loved The Force Awakens because they literally just took everything that was great about Episode 4 and just did it again. And I think The Last Jedi, in my opinion, is a lot better of a movie than people give credit for. I think there's a lot of things in it that are not good, or things about it that I don't like. Like everything that happens in that CGI casino, if that never happened again, I would be more than okay with. Also, Rose as a character is literally the worst.
I don't even remember who Rose was.
The Asian girl.
Oh yeah, I think she was supposed to have a bigger role in the last one, but then with all the changes they made, they were like, nah.
Yeah, we're like, all right, just take your paycheck, chill out. We have some 7-Up in the fridge. Go wild.
Go nuts.
Can I ask you a genuine question?
Yes.
When's the last time you've had a 7-Up?
I have no idea. It probably would have been like... I don't think our college ever served it at anything. And so if I had to guess, it'd probably be at some youth group event from high school. Because even being...
Can I ask you...
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you this other question. What even is 7-Up?
It's a poor man's Sprite.
Is it? Is that what it is?
I mean,
Like,
Sprite's infinitely better.
I just know that 7-Up exists, but that's kind of like all I remember about 7-Up is in its existence. Man, we're learning valuable lessons today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just Sprite. Like, it's a clear soda.
Yeah, I
And,
think it's just like a lemon lime. Yeah.
So it might be like a cross between Sprite and Mountain Dew, but not as good as either of them.
Now, as you guys can tell here, I was just gonna say, as you guys can tell here on Murpheen, our conversations are very prepared. Very prepared. We talk about, we should talk about 7-Up.
Today's discussion was on Pop No One Drinks.
just like random drinks you would get at a gas station. 7 Up. You know what was my favorite drink to get as a kid? At the gas station?
You're probably a strawberry milk kid.
No. I was a bug juice kid.
Oh.
You remember that stuff?
Yeah, it was disgusting, man.
No, that stuff was incredible.
But is it still incredible?
I mean, I'm a 23-year-old man. I don't even know if they make that stuff anymore.
You should go to the nearest gas station and find out. Mask up.
Here's what we're gonna do, David.
Go to a marathon.
We're gonna film a bug juice taste test. It's gonna be the most viral video on the face of the planet. Just two 23-year-old men sitting down, sharing a 7 Up and a bug juice.
What we should get is a 2 liter of 7 Up, and then I doubt they sell 2 liters of bug juice. So we need to get an empty 2 liter bottle and a bunch of bug juices or juice eye.
Yeah, I think at that point I don't think they're legally allowed to sell 2 liters of bug juice because that would just be battery acid. Just something about it just seems not right.
We should still do it.
Alright, so I agree 100%. So now I have to ask you this question just to kind of go back to a conversation earlier. So like on the like, you know, with like Forrest Gump being on like a list of like worst films of all time, what do you think actually belongs on a list like that?
On the worst film of all time? Because a lot of people would point towards The Room. You're tearing me apart, Lisa, or Oh Hi Mark, that movie. And whereas the movie itself is bad, whereas the movie itself is technically bad, the story behind it makes it better.
Also, the fact that like the movie about the making of that movie was nominated for awards and was like an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
The Room, okay, so The Room probably is the worst movie of all time, just from like the sense of like, you know, like if you're being technical, then yes, but like I love that movie. Holds a special place in my heart. And I hate to do this because I love the particular actor that made this movie. I'm just gonna have to say it. I think the worst movie of all time is Jack and Jill.
I don't disagree with that. I think a lot of people give Adam Sandler a lot of crap. Like, oh, all of his movies after Waterboy were bad. And I say, well, no, I like some of his movies from the 2000s, and some of his recent stuff is make or break. Like Uncut Gems is obviously super good, even though I didn't see it. But I've heard that it's super good.
It's incredible.
He should have won awards for it. But I can agree that Jack and Jill was... It's Mike Myers' version. Or, like, Mike Myers had The Love Guru, and Adam Sandler had Jack and Jill.
Oh, man. Another really bad Adam Sandler movie was You Don't Want to Mess with the Zohan.
My mom...
Remember that movie?
Yes, my mom loves that movie.
I saw that movie with my mom, and we almost needed mother-son therapy after that film.
I've probably watched that a few times with my mom, and I think both of my parents gave me that love for Adam Sandler that is going to die with me, that I'll watch his stuff until I'm gone. Or until he's gone, probably. He's got 30 years on me, but...
Oh, absolutely. Like, if I had to list, like, my favorite movie comedians, I would say my favorite of all time is Will Ferrell. but number 2 is definitely Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, Steve Carell, like Jim Carrey. Okay, I didn't put Jim Carrey in there.
Yeah, how dare
Oh
you?
man, Jim Carrey's tied. Yeah, Jim Carrey's my number 1. Bump everyone else down a slot.
Yeah, I'd probably make Jim Carrey number 1 for me too.
Sorry, Adam Sandler. Jack and Jill happened. You deserve it. But yeah, there's some pretty terrible movies, man.
There's a really cringy movie. I won't wish it on anyone. It's a Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez movie, and it's called Geely. But it's spelled Gigl, I think, and it was back in like the early 2000s. Ben Affleck was dating Jennifer Lopez at the time, and she's not, strictly speaking, an actress. I would consider her a musician, not an actress.
Right.
But the movie's just about their relationship, and the dialogue's bad, and no one wants to watch it. There's a couple cringeworthy scenes. It's not a good time. That's a bad movie. Because unlike The Room, there's no good story behind it like The Room has. It's just bad.
You know, the thing that's incredible about Ben Affleck is for like every like movie he has that's like borderline a masterpiece, he has some absolute duds in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like just some genuine crap fest films that you just didn't even know were possible for a man that talented.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would think the guy that made Inglourious Bastards would, like, have a way better catalog of films that he was in.
Did you think that Ben Affleck was in Inglourious Bastards?
I was thinking of,
You're thinking of Brad Pitt, I think. Or Quentin Tarantino.
I am definitely thinking of Brad Pitt.
Yep, Ben Affleck was not in Inglourious Bastards.
And for some reason, I get them mixed up. Listen, I'm gonna level with you, man. It's a Monday. As you can see by how I'm playing and Crash and just died again. It's a Monday.
we got one more set of lives we can try. We'll give it our best shot.
Alright, sounds. Alright, well, now that I know which guy we're talking about, he also was in a pretty bad series of superhero films. And I'm not just talking Daredevil.
Daredevil was bad. I will contest to that. I have a controversial opinion. I didn't think Batman versus Superman was that bad.
I don't know if it was that bad. I don't know if it was good.
Because I personally liked Ben Affleck's Batman.
I've heard... I thought he was the one saving grace of that film.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything else surrounding it was terrible.
Because I think Jesse Eisenberg was definitely, in my opinion, miscast. He was more of a Riddler character than he was Lex Luger.
Right.
Lex Luger's supposed to be this super wealthy, smart dude, but that he's also got to be intimidating. Like Jesse Eisenberg, I'm a little dude. He's probably not much bigger than I am. Not the guy you envision going up against Superman.
Yeah, when your primary role you were casted as that you're known for is Mark Zuckerberg,
Mm-hmm.
you're not exactly a Lex Luthor type guy. The way I describe people.
Did I say Lex
how I
Luger?
felt like his performance
I think I said Lex Luger.
He would be even worse as Lex Luger.
Those who don't know, Lex Luger is a wrestler. Lex Luthor is Superman's arch nemesis. Well, one of them.
So I just had an even weirder image in my head. And this is going to be a really deep wrestling cut. So I'm just going to warn you, okay?
I've been warned.
Do you know? All right. Do you know Jushin Thunder Liger?
Yes.
For some reason, when you said that, I just took it to the next level of picturing Michael Cera as Jushin Thunder Liger.
Why'd you cut to Michael Cera? He's just coming in out of nowhere.
Oh, I met Jesse. They're the same person, man. Listen, you can't tell me those two are twins.
I mean,
We're losing our minds.
You're losing your mind, Mr. Ben Affleck, Brad Pitt, Jesse Eisenberg,
Michael Cera. Yeah. Oh man, it's good to be back.
It's just not good to be Crash.
No, I have. I should be sued for how mismanaged or poorly treated Crash has been under my watch.
The amount of times we've seen that drown animation or jumped into the same bats over and over again.
Or let alone the amount of genuine joy I have had from the drowning animation is probably not healthy.
You probably need to get some help. Speaking of help, we'll see if Sean gets some next time on Murpheen.
I can only hope.
Please, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.